Hello, Rockstar. Welcome to the first episode of Desi Diva Chronicles. I'm your host, Anaga Suresh, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. I've got some exciting stories to share, my story, my experiences living abroad, and hopefully a few moments you will relate to. Let's start by rewinding a little bit. After school, I was not sure what I wanted to pursue in life. I really wanted to figure out what would give me a sense of satisfaction and happiness. And I'm from India. Up until a few years ago, people in my scenario had two choices to pursue after schooling for higher studies: medicine and engineering. Now, both these options did not excite me or ignite that fire in me, and I was not sure what I really wanted to pursue. I really wanted to figure out what would give me that sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that I'm looking for. So I resorted to reading books. A lot of books on self discovery, understanding yourself, etc. But mostly self development books. Trust me, nothing changed for years. And since I did not know what exactly I wanted to pursue, I ended up choosing engineering. From 2013 to 2017, it was all about my BTech degree. But after graduating, I found myself again wondering, what's my thing? What's my passion? It was a bit of a confusing period for me. I'm guessing that would be the same for everybody, right? For most of us at least. And that confusion lasted until 2020. But for now, let's go back to what happened between 2017 and 2020. In 2017, I graduated BTech and landed a tech job. Big deal, right? And I was super grateful as well. But here's what happened: I went to work every day feeling thankful to have a job, but deep down, there was this nagging feeling that something was missing. I could not shake off that thought that there has to be more to life than just the daily grind. It's like I was living on autopilot, questioning my purpose and earning for something deeper. And that questioning went on for a while, like until 2020. Then came 2018 and 2019 when I got this amazing and rare opportunity to travel to South Korea for work. It was my very first time traveling abroad, and wow, that was an amazing journey. I remember stepping off the plane feeling excited and a little bit lost. It was my very first time stepping into the real client facing corporate world. And let me tell you, it was a whole different ballgame. The corporate culture was unlike anything I had experienced before. People worked long hours, and there was this unspoken expectation to give your all, even if that meant sacrificing your personal time. Now, there were moments when I really doubted if I could keep up, but I pushed through, determined to make the most of this opportunity. And then there was food. Oh my God. As a vegetarian, yeah, that was an adventure all on its own. I walk into restaurants with a hopeful smile, trying to explain my veggie situation in the land of barbecues and meat galore. It was tricky, but honestly, I learned to get creative with my meals and found my groove. Looking back, it taught me so much about adaptability and resilience. And even though it was a tough time, those experiences shaped me. Now, despite these challenges, I learned so much about myself during this time. I grew resilient, found ways to adapt, and discover a much deeper appreciation for different cultures. Now, these experiences shaped my journey and laid the groundwork for who I am today. But then we all know what happened in 2020. Pandemic COVID 19 hit. Suddenly, everything came to a standstill. And just like you, I had a lot of time to think. And I mean, really think, like deep dive into what makes me happy till today. That's when I stumbled into coaching, a total light bulb moment. Now, before that, I went on a roller coaster ride from 2020 to 2021. I tried doodling, sold some cards, made magnets for my friends, and even attempted to open an online thrift store with a friend. It was a fun but honestly chaotic time. I was trying to find my groove, and let's just say it took a while. That's when I discovered coaching. It felt like I finally found my passion, and I couldn't be more happy for that silver lining in such a chaotic year. Then from 2021 to 2023, I stepped into my role as a life and success coach. It felt so right, like I was finally where I meant to be. Mind you, I was still at the corporate job while I was doing all this because I was just laying the foundation phase for my passion. But another big change came along in 2023. I moved to the US after getting married. Ooh, talk about a major life shift, huh? New country, new life. It was completely different from my time in South Korea. I mean, the work pressure and food issues were way behind me, but now I had a new set of challenges thrown at me. First off, I did not know anyone here. Talk about feeling alone. I had no friends, and everything felt so foreign. Suddenly, I did not know anyone, and let's just say I was feeling all the feels like lonely, overwhelmed, everything. I had no friends, no familiar faces, and I had to figure out how to fit into a totally different culture. And don't even get me started about the work permit waiting game, huh? Every day felt like I was stuck in neutral, just waiting for something to happen. After a lot of soul searching, I decided to go all in on coaching. And that's when I launched Dream Crafters, my baby, my program for all the ambitious souls who know they're made for more. And guess what? That's when I realized there are so many women out there just like me navigating life abroad on a dependent visa. The challenges, the emotions, the limbo, all of it. And I thought, why isn't there enough support for us? So I decided to do something about it. Now, here we are in 2024, and I have officially launched my signature coaching program, Empowered Desi Diva, and a community for Indian women who moved abroad for their spouses. It's all about support, growth, and creating an impact. I finally paved the way to support and create an impact in the lives of Indian women who moved abroad to live with their spouse. It's been an incredible journey so far, and I'm thrilled to be able to help others navigate their path while embracing all beautiful possibilities life has to offer. Now, let's pause from my journey for a bit and let's talk about the highs and lows I have experienced from my journey so far. Because let's be real, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, right? Let's start with the highs. Number one, personal growth. Both my time in South Korea as well as US has seriously pushed me to grow as a person. Moving to a foreign country has pushed me way out of my comfort zone and I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. Each experience has taught me something about myself and what I'm capable of. I've learned to embrace the challenges and view them as opportunities to grow. Now I feel confident and ready to tackle whatever life throws at me. Moving on to number two in the highs, resilience. Honestly, I have had to toughen up a bit. Now, we all know that no matter what is your reason for moving abroad, be it student, be it work, be it as to support your spouse, each of the journey has their own unique sets of ups and downs. And I quickly learned to roll with these punches, whether it's adjusting to a new culture or dealing with unexpected challenges. I discovered that I could bounce back from pretty much anything. The secret is not let your setbacks pull you down, but rather use them as the fuel to your growth. I can proudly say I've become more resilient and I'm so proud of how far I've come. Now, three and the last one, and it's a very big one, learning to advocate myself and voice out. Now, this has to be the biggest lesson I've learned. And that is the importance of voicing out what you need. You see, your words truly matter. Whether it's asking for help or expressing your feeling, speaking up has made a huge difference in my journey. Now, it has helped me build connections and communicate better, both in South Korea as well as in the US. Learning to advocate for myself has empowered me to navigate new situations with confidence. Embracing this has been a game changer. And if you are someone who does not do that yet, I highly encourage you to voice out your needs and advocate for yourself, because you know what? No one else is coming to do that for you. All right. Now let's stop with the highs and let's go to the lows. Let me share with you three lows from my journey so far. Starting with the obvious, missing my family and friends. Obviously, being away from loved ones is hard. And, whenever I miss my family and friends, I just go through my gallery and I just check their photos. Or if I see my friends post on their social media that they're hanging out, they're just having fun, I really miss them a lot. Because you know what? No matter how much you connect online, the feeling of just being there around your friends and family is different. And that is definitely a big miss in life abroad. Moving on. Number two, it's very similar to the above point. The realization that you are on your own, like you feel isolated, feelings of isolations. Even though I've met some awesome people, there were moments when I felt super lonely, especially at first. Starting fresh in a new country can be exciting, but it can feel daunting without a solid friend group. Even if you don't have a friend group, without even having familiar faces around you, it can be hard. And reality is, building a social circle takes time, and few days you might feel like you're navigating your journey solo. But I learned to use these feelings of isolation as a fuel to push me to go out, make connections, which ultimately help me feel grounded, which ultimately is the inspiration for me to start a community for Indian women who moved abroad for their spouse, so that we could connect, we could have friends, we could see familiar faces. All right, now moving on to the last one. Number three, building from scratch. Moving to a new country means starting over, and that can be pretty intimidating. It's like you're thrown into a brand new world where you have to build your life from ground up. Things like opening a bank account, getting driver's license, going grocery shopping, and everything feels like such a big task. And I still remember on day one after landing in the US, me and my husband Vivek, we went to the grocery store to obviously get some groceries. And I remember standing there in awe, thinking, oh my God, how do I start? Or where do I even start? Right? And there were honestly days where I really wished I could just skip to the good part and feel more settled and comfortable. But now I've learned that it's okay to take time, and every little step you take counts. That matters. I'm going to stop here today, but I would love to hear from you. What are the highs and lows from your journey so far? Let's share, connect, and get to know each other better. All right. So that's all I got for you today. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to take a special moment to acknowledge the incredible journey we are all on. Whether you're navigating the highs of personal growth and new experience or dealing with the lows like missing your loved ones, starting from scratch, remember you are not alone. Each step you take, no matter how small, is part of your unique story. And every challenge you face is a chance to grow more stronger and more resilient. If anything from today's episode resonated with you, let me know. And hey, if this episode brightened your day, share this with someone who could use a little light today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on episode 1 of Desi Diva Chronicles. Take care, keep shining, and I'll catch you next week. Ciao.